All right, now we're live.
What?
What's up, everybody? You already know what it is. It's the Nooner Nation podcast for Nooners, by Nooners. Couple minutes late, and it wasn't on Charlie this time. It was on me. I was sending them pictures of Victoria Beckham's boobs. So
I was actually early this time, and I'm proud of myself for that.
you should be.
Yeah,
You should be
Charlie was
very
here before
proud.
me, and I was like,
That never happens.
I was just chilling, waiting for everybody to be late, listening to the music video to Waffle House Waitress for the first time in probably 5 years. It still slaps. It's good. Ross needs to do that kind of content some more.
I guess he's been so busy, like
Yeah.
writing the book again. Maybe,
Mhm.
maybe one day.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Like that, and then the next follow up to that was Zimas and Jollies.
I don't know if I've ever heard.
Oh,
of
have you
that
never
one.
seen that? Like, just when Zima came back out for that summer,
Yeah.
and it was like, yeah, Zimas and Jollies. But
that
it,
was
like,
the summer I graduated, and oh my god, that was fucking awesome.
but like, Jesse is like dressed up like a total DG4L chick. Just like trashy as shit on top of like Ross's Jeep with like two Zimas in her hands dancing around. While Ross looks like James Franco
gotta say,
from
like,
Spring Break.
Fucking Zimas, if they brought him back, I would drink the fuck out of them.
So
Okay.
that
Aren't they just like Smirnoff Ices?
no, I will say so that summer when they came out, we only had one kid and he was probably like 2. I don't even know if he was 2. He was still in like because we had an Airbnb in Florida, and he was still in swim diapers, so he's probably like 1.5 maybe. And I was like, okay, like I didn't grow like I never had a Zima before, but I know they're like back, so let me go grab some. When it's hot as shit outside, it's kind of like a Bud Light Lime. When it's hot as shit outside, that first one goes down really good and refreshing. And then
Yeah.
you get about halfway through the second one, and you're kind of like,
I don't want this.
yeah, I'm done with this.
Yep.
I'm done with this. It's too like sweet and like.
I mean, I was
there's-
19, and it was like my first summer drinking, really, like that. So, I enjoyed it.
can't do the sweet
Matt
stuff.
still wears swim diapers apparently in chat, so fair enough. I mean,
Hey, it's frowned upon to pee in the pool, so
I mean, you're still pissing in the pool. Like, it doesn't really do much.
When we
because-
went on our honeymoon, I mean, granted, this was 13 years ago almost. Like, we're in this like our resort had this massive pool. Apparently, it's like the biggest. Like, I forget what they call it, but it wasn't like one big like rectangle. It was almost like a big like river style pool that comes like it goes through like the entire resort, but it's all one pool. It's like the biggest one in the Dominican Republic. And I made friends with this other couple that were there on their honeymoon. And the husband like kept getting out of the pool and going back to his room. And I was like, "Oh, did you like eat something that doesn't agree with you?" He's like, "No, like I went to go pee." And I was kind of like, "Oh, really? Like just pee in the damn pool, man. Like there's so much water in here."
It's like we're all drinking. You think you're the
everybody
only
else in
one?
this pool. Have you seen,
No one else is getting out of this
have
pool,
you
my
seen
guy.
anybody else like just live with the fact that everybody's peeing in the pool and just get on with your life, you know?
I mean, with how much they're drinking down at those fucking resorts,
Oh, not
is
to
it
mention,
really hurting?
the pool was so chlorinated, like you could smell it, and it literally bleached out my swim trunks by the end of the week.
That's a reaction to piss, isn't it?
I think it's just chlorine. Like chlorine.
Chlorine.
Yeah, I don't think chlorine reacts harder for the more you pee in it. I think it's just they just chlorinate it so hard.
Like that's just how much chlorine they fucking put in there because they know people be pissing.
In fact,
Especially if there's a swim up bar.
they chlorinated it so much that like one day they had like some people come in with like boa constrictors and shit to get pictures. You can get like a picture. I've got one somewhere of me with like a boa constrictor like around my shoulders. And I was like, oh, like, what would happen if you put it in the pool? And he was like, no, we did that once, and it literally burned its skin off.
It would die almost immediately.
It
Hey,
burned
Bill,
its
they're
skin.
saying you have a nasty echo.
I have a nasty echo.
Yeah.
I don't hear it, but let me see if I
They're
can.
saying they could hear it in the live video, and I heard it a little bit when I checked in.
Oh. Well, and I don't know what to do about it right now, so I can kind of hear it. Let me see if I can turn my headphones up and hear it. Echo? I don't hear it, but let me pull it up and see if I can hear it. I don't know what I'm going to do about it right now, but oh, no, that's not this episode. Anyways, what's new with you guys?
I'm realizing my top matches is Bud Light can, so it's going pretty fucking good for me.
Which you totally did on purpose, Charlie. Roll with it, you know?
It really does.
It does.
Wow.
But you did it on purpose.
I'm realizing my top matches is Bud Light can, so it's going pretty fucking good for me.
Which you totally did on purpose. Well, I do sound really echoey. I don't know why that is. Huh.
How about you guys just fucking roll with it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it, but sorry,
How about
it
you
sounds
just
echoey.
get used to it?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what to do about it right now. I've got everything set the way it needs to be set, so I don't know if it's the room. Maybe my voice just carries so much weight that it has to be heard over and over again.
I don't hear it on our end.
I don't hear it on my end, so.
Let's see.
But yeah, no. It does
Oh, I
like,
sound weird too.
it sounds a little tinny. I don't know, but
Well, even Matt said it's probably like from Bill's closet. Like it does sound like we're in like a weird space.
yeah,
in the-
I have a ton of these acoustic panels that I need to put up. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So,
Well, I sound like it too, so I don't know. That's weird.
it might just be the
Like it's not an echo, but it's like if we were in like a larger space.
Mhm.
Yeah, it sounds like we're in a bathroom.
So, yeah, something.
We're in the bathroom of life. Okay.
To be fair, Riverside's been doing some weird fucking shit on their end,
Yeah.
so let's just blame it on the technology. This isn't in there yet, guys. This is
But
not
I
there
mean,
yet.
to be fair, it sounds good on my end. It sounds good on your two's end. So
Yeah, I don't hear it.
this shows.
On-
Yeah, no, I can hear you guys.
This shows more about us having fun. We don't care about the listeners. You know?
Yeah, no,
So,
fuck the chat.
To all 15 of you.
this is
No, there's 11.
This is the 1 hour a week I get to stop being Dad Bill and being Dirtbag Bill. So, like, fuck y'all. You know?
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
You know, I get to hang out with Jake, who looks like he's probably gonna like bomb some sort of federal building soon, and Charlie, who never looks like she's wearing a top. So
Oh, sorry.
You know, the beard's getting
What are you talking about?
quite long.
I know, when are we gonna go back to shave?
It blends in with your shirt, man. We can't see it. Okay, there you go.
We need to do it. What we need to do though is we need to do an episode to switch things up, where me and Jake both don't have shirts on, and Charlie's wearing like a turtleneck.
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, like a Unabomber style. Just completely like an oversized, like a 3X hoodie, so you can't see anything.
Right, swimming in
Dressed like
fabric.
Billie Eilish.
Yeah, you're like Billie Eilish. You're just like doing everything you can to cover up the fact that you got some cannons.
I mean, it would be fun if y'all joined me in solidarity and wearing skimpy outfits.
I'm working on it. I did a pretty hard chest workout that I'm still feeling, you know?
You're
So,
fat for skimpy outfits.
but like, what can I
You're
wear?
just holding
Like,
yourself back, Jake.
I mean, I'll totally do an episode with like nipple pasties on. If people want to see like my hairy chest, you know, like I'm
No one cares.
I don't know like what part of my heritage I get it from, But if I don't shave, like my neck, like my beard will totally come down and connect to like my chest hair.
You should rock a question mark.
I have to like actually like shave it down, you know?
You should rock a question mark, Bill.
A question mark?
Yeah, like it starts as it goes over as a mustache, comes down in the beard, down your stomach, and then just do a question mark.
If I didn't have a job, like an actual job in an office, I would totally do that. Well, actually, I wouldn't because I also still want to get laid by my wife. And the second I do that, like that's off the table until it goes away. And my wife's already told me, like, don't ever shave my beard. I don't have the reason why I keep the beard is I don't have a chin at all. You know, so.
I cannot remember what it was I was watching, but a girl was like, this is not fair. Like, there's nothing girls can do to hide their double chin. Guys, if they can grow a beard, that's all you need to do. It's just like, no, I feel that.
I mean, that's fair. But for girls, with guys, if you have, like, a bit of a gut, there's nothing you can do. Girls, if you have a bit of a gut you can't get rid of, just get bigger titties. You know?
Yeah. There's always a give and take on that.
A bit
like
of a misogynist statement, but I mean.
Well, my plastic surgeon literally said, like, if we go bigger and then like you gain some weight, you can look dumpy. Is literally.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's true. Yeah.
Dumpy. So it's just like sometimes it.
Kudos to your plastic surgeon to being straight up with you, I guess. You know.
Oh, she was straight up, and because I had a lot of questions. I did so much research, so I was going over things with her, and she was like, she just looked at me in the face and was like, "Has a man ever like said no when you're?" She was super country. She said when you're naked in front of them, you think a man's gonna complain about such and such when you're naked in front of them, and I was like,
naked.
Say naked one more time. But I was like, no, she's totally fucking right.
Charles over here is like, you said naked one more time in that accent, you're not going to say no either. You know what I'm saying?
She was really cool. She was like, I've had saline implants for 22 years. She was like, getting your implants redone every 10 years is a fucking lie. Like, that's just doctors want you to come back to give them more money. And I was like, I like you, lady.
Yeah, I would bet, like, I mean, it's just like with natural boobs, like, if you do things to keep them up, right? Like, do some chest exercises to just keep everything where it's at. It should be good, right?
I mean, that doesn't work with skin.
Oh, true. You're right. I mean,
especially after,
I do, so.
And then after breastfeeding, like,
oh yeah,
flat, and then you lose your fibrous tissue,
mm-hmm.
and it becomes fat tissue. So in ultrasound, I had to learn this. We don't ultrasound young women very often because they have such fibrous tissue that it's very hard to find anything per ultrasound. That's why, like, you know, once you start getting mammograms at like 45 or so for women, if there is something picked up from that mammogram, we will do an ultrasound, and it is easier to find things because it's mostly just adipose tissue, and that fibrous connective tissue is lessened. Thus, we can see masses, cysts, things like that easier. So, I mean, it's a part of aging, and it's a part of life, and it fucking sucks as a lady. Like, whether you have children or not. But I have heard from a lot of women, like, they inflate, and then they go down, and then they stay down.
This is true.
And then I've heard a woman say, like, they're like pancakes, and it's just like,
yeah. My wife's going through that struggle right now. Actually, I think her boobs look great, but also I'm a guy, so like boobs. But hers definitely like got bigger during pregnancy, and then came down a bit. I mean, they're a little lower. I mean, they're not like super. They're not like a 18-year-old perkiness, but they still look good. But they did get a little bigger, so I'm into that. You know.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I've said this on the show before. Thank God she never listens to anything I say on this show. Perfect nipples. So.
But then again, like getting surgery, like especially when you get a lift, like they have like I've seen so many women with like the anchor scars. And that's when they
that's
go
her thing.
like, around.
She's considered doing a lift, but like there's a trade-off from having them being up more, but then you have the scars, but then you don't have the implants to cover the scars, kind of thing. So she's going back and forth on it.
They can do implants. I mean, they can do lifts without the implants, but I think most women are like, I might as well since I'm there. But I've seen like from the nipple, like they call it lollipop, and they have like the anchor tube, but it's like a scar going straight down.
Yeah, so she's been to like 2 consultations about having a lift with 2 different doctors, and both doctors were kind of like, for one, I'm sure they're just trying to upsell, but they're also like, if we're going in for a lift, you might as well get an implant while you're at it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want them to be bigger. She just wants them to be perkier. So, but it's whatever. They look fine to me. So I don't.
Yeah, and it's a pretty big fucking trade off, especially the loss of feeling. Because I mean, doing a lift, you're most likely going to experience complete loss of feeling.
Yeah.
I've talked about it, like I did, and I had no kind of lift. I just got implants, and this guy over here is pretty fucking can't feel. I can feel pain.
Just dead to the world, huh?
Fucking rad. But anything else, it's like I could put a fucking ice cube around this shit and just.
Oh yeah, we can't have that. Ice cubes is our go-to, you know. By which I mean,
it reacts naturally, but it's like, what's going on? I can't feel anything. Like,
I mean,
just hard out of nowhere, just fucking bam.
Whenever we're having sexy time, I put on Ice Cube in the background. You know, that's what really gets her going.
I hate you right now. You should hate yourself a little bit too.
At least we're not in 4K like the fucking Netflix kill time.
I hate myself all day, every day, Charlie. Trust me. Why can't I just be normal? You know. But I appreciate the fact that I'm not normal.
That's why we're all on this podcast.
That's what keeps me interesting.
The Kill Tony thing on Netflix, like I don't watch Kill Tony. I'll watch clips from it.
Yeah.
Is it different from YouTube?
It plays like a stadium show. Like, have you seen the stadium shows that they've done, like Madison Square Garden?
I've seen clips.
Yeah.
It plays like that. So there's like Adam Ray shows up in like 2 different characters. He shows up in Biden and Dr. Phil. I forget who did Elon Musk, but someone did Elon Musk.
Is it just on Netflix now, or are they going to still do the YouTube?
There's only a deal for 3 on Netflix. So they're going to do 3 Kill Tonys, and then Tony Hinchcliffe is going to drop a special, and then his Netflix contract's over.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it's like okay. So it's like their big specials like they did in Vegas and the Square Garden. And...
Yeah, but they're a mothership.
Well, yeah, but still, it's not like I thought it was like, oh, the regular show is going to Netflix.
No, they're not moving over to Netflix. They did some bucket pulls, and the first guy bombed so fucking hard. And, like, I could not imagine bombing in fucking 4K like that.
Yeah.
Oh, does it look like...
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Raw?
Yeah,
it's
like
raw. Way too crisp, and it's just like, oh, no.
Yeah, no, it's fucking...
Yeah,
you see the reaction of the band members behind
the dude's soul leaving his body in 4K.
I'm gonna kill myself after this.
Yeah.
Woo!
This is on Netflix? Cool!
I like Kill Tony, but I like Kill Tony in like shorts, like YouTube shorts, right? Like I've tried to watch it, like an actual like I can't. For one, like I'm not like I get that he's funny, but like it is me personally. Like Tony Hinchcliffe's style, especially on Kill Tony, is like just not my style of comedy. You know, like I'm not into it. So like watching like a full episode of Kill Tony, I was like, oh yeah, like it's just you're going to critique somebody, and then almost like I think Hot Bob said it on an episode or something. It's like, okay, like he's going to give you like a comedic critique, which I do like about that show, right? Like you have professional like comedians that have been doing it for a long time, been successful, giving constructive criticism to up and coming comics. I like that part. But then like Tony just like comes up with like, it's always like, oh, you look like if you were like, you know, Anne Frank, or you look like if you're Harriet Tubman during the Holocaust, and everybody's like, oh, I was like, well, that's kind of a really cheap joke. Like, you're not really that funny.
Well, yeah, he goes for the cheap laugh because
Like, he just always goes for like the cheap little one-liner, and I have no problem with people that are into that. That's not my style of comedy. I'm more into like, I think if I was to rate comics right now, I think Tom Segura to me is the funniest, because it's a very like, well, not so much like I think Bert Kreischer is a very funny person. I don't like his stand-up because it's too storytelling.
I don't know if I could do Tom's stand-up, but I do like their podcast.
I like their podcast. Tom.
Like, I like listening to them more than the same as Joe Rogan. Like, I cannot do Joe Rogan's stand-up.
I'm not a huge fan of Joe Rogan's stand-up comedy. Again, it's funny in clips, right? But I think for me, like, I like Tom because he builds it up in this like relatable sense, and then he just drops some crazy shit, you know? Like, it's storytelling, but the storytelling eventually ends in some sort of like wild-ass punchline. Or maybe that's all comedy. I don't know. I'm talking on my ass. I'm not a comedic expert, right? So,
well, like, and then I don't know.
I've never done.
I don't know. I think Tom is one of the worst Kill Tony guests.
Tom wouldn't be good on Kill Tony, right? Because you only have like a couple minutes.
Well, no, because when he's on the panel, he sucks.
Yeah, I can see that too. Because again, like he's not into these like punchy one-liners, right? Like his jokes build and then drop. Like
it's like a storytelling.
Like he builds it up and then drops the punchline, right? Whereas Kill Tony's just kind of like cheap joke.
I agree with you.
Cheap joke.
The best living comedian is Joey Coco.
See, I don't really like his stuff either.
Fucking cocksucker.
I can't stand him.
Yeah, I'm not a huge. He's another one. So Joey Diaz, in my mind, is funny in the same sense that Bert Kreischer is, right? Like in a conversation, I find him hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, not his stand-up, but
like when they're on Rogan or like when they're doing Two Bears One Cave or something. Like Joey's hilarious in conversation, Bert's hilarious in conversation, but their stand-up just doesn't hit for me. And it's fine. Like, I'm not knocking on them, right? Like, comedy's subjective, as it should be. It's just not my style. Like, I don't find it all that funny. But yeah, to me right now, I think Tom Segura is probably the funniest to me. I mean, nobody will ever top Chappelle, but Chappelle has a very unique comedy to him, right? Like, even when
Chappelle is the only stand-up I will watch a special for. Like, I cannot tell you the last time I watched a stand-up special, because I'm like, no. Like, you have a fucking podcast. I'll just listen to your fucking podcast. Well, okay, no, I lied. I watched Andrew Schultz's life, because I heard so many people talking good things about it. It was.
Well, I just said it. I'm not a comedy connoisseur. Like, I'm not. I like the stuff I like. And, I mean, like I just said, comedy is subjective, right? Like, there's some stuff that be like, this guy's so funny, and I get like 5 minutes into a special, like, I can't do that. Like, this is. I guess, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of.
Tom's coming. I think he's coming to Lubbock pretty soon, actually. And I saw that, and I was like, meh.
Who is?
Tom Segura is coming to Lubbock.
He came to Des Moines, and I wanted to go see him, but it was like, I think the cheapest tickets were like $300. And I was like, I'll just watch the special later on
Good
Netflix.
lord,
Yeah.
that's insane.
So, yeah, I don't know, but I mean, good for Tony Hinchcliffe for finding an audience for his comedy, I suppose. But it's not. I'm not the audience. Same thing with Rogan. Like, I think Rogan is a very funny guy. I think he's also a very thoughtful guy. His stand-up just doesn't hit with my humor bone, I guess. So, is what it is. My favorite comedian is a guy named Chris Porter. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
I don't know.
To me, he is very, very funny. Because he kind of like the same, like, Segura-ish thing. Like, he builds up a story. And he's funny along the way. And then at the end of the story, it's just like some punchline you did not see coming, So.
He's a funny looking fellow.
He is very funny looking, and he's very self-deprecating about his looks. So.
That dude with cerebral palsy, he's pretty funny. I forget his name.
He is, but he's also very self-deprecating, right? Like, he jokes about himself,
Which one? There's like 10 of them that go.
You're talking about, like, his name, like...
No. He doesn't do Kill Tony.
No, he was on, like, wasn't he, like, on Last Comic Standing or something?
It's probably, like, he's older.
Josh Blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking something blue.
Something blue, yeah.
The one that worked at the zoo with the gorilla that always smoked.
I just remember his story where people would talk to him telling him he's brave because they thought he was gay.
No.
Retarded, gay! Retarded, gay!
One person who, his actual stand-up routine, I'm not super into. Like, it's funny, but I'm not, like, super into it. But his crowd work is so good, I would go see him live as Big J. Okerson.
I like Big J's clips.
But like, his clips are always in crowd work, right?
A lot of stand-up has become
Crowd work.
crowd work.
I get
feel
that. Like Matt Rife, all you ever see is his crowd work.
Well, people said that he actually had stand-in, so it was all like acting.
Yeah, I've heard that he had plants,
Yeah,
Matt Rife.
Matt Rife.
Oh, it is plants?
Yeah. But like Big J, I think I was watching one where like this girl just went off and like got kicked out. I was like, okay, honey, like sorry, but
Right.
it happens.
I like Big J. Okerson's crowd work. Where if you ever came to Des Moines,
I like his demeanor when it
I would
comes.
probably pay a bunch of money to be like somewhere close to the stage. Just be like, pick on me, let's go.
Look at me. Okay, Bill, you fucking pick me.
I know, I'm a narcissist. Like,
I mean, if you had the fucking question mark, you'd get picked.
maybe, but I wouldn't have any response other than like, oh, I did this, so you would pick me. I'd probably like hire some like massive black prostitute to just come to the show with me. Just be like, oh, I don't know. But anyways, let's get to the question of the week, shall we? We got a lot on this one too. So it was, what would you? I can't remember how I worded it, but if you could go back and tell your younger self something, what would it be? So if we get into it, Charlie, Jake, do you have anything?
Mine would be don't.
Don't tell them anything?
Fucking don't. No, that's what I would say.
Just don't. Any thought you have in your head, just don't. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I'd have been like, start day trading in 2016 instead of 2020.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Question 1. Invest in Bitcoin.
I learned about Bitcoin in 2012. So, yeah, that is one I feel.
By the time I figured out what the fuck Bitcoin was, it was too late.
My buddy had a lot of Bitcoin, and he spent most of it on buying food. And if he hadn't, he would have had like $700,000.
Right, it's like everybody, Bitcoin. To this day, I will say, to this day, I still don't understand Bitcoin or how it's a marketable currency.
Yeah, cryptocurrency. Nope, don't understand it at
Don't
all.
understand that. I'll stay away from it. Maybe that's the boomer in me or the millennial in me, I guess now.
I'm
Because
just hoping I'll die. That's my retirement.
I read an article about how millennials have become the new boomers. So now to Gen.
Okay, so like Gen Y, whatever the fuck they're called, doesn't exist.
What's
Gen X is horrible. What are you talking about?
I think what's the newest adult one? Is that Gen Z or the new adult generation?
Yeah,
I think Gen Alpha is still kind
they're
of
like
like
high school.
high
I
school.
thought Gen Alpha would be like my kids.
I think
Gen Alpha is born already.
Yeah,
they're
Gen
like
Alpha's
in
born
high
already.
school.
They're like coming into high school age.
Like born in 07 sort of shit.
Yeah. But like, yeah, like I don't know, like so now millennials are the problem. Like Gen Z thinks that millennials are the problem, just like millennials thought boomers were the problem. Like
I think Gen X is the problem because they're lazy and they think they can get away with it, and like no one blames them for shit.
Gen X would be right before millennials, right?
Yeah.
Gen X is like, it's a very super corporate culture, right? It's very like live for work kind of culture. Maybe
I don't fucking.
I don't know.
There's I don't know. A lot of these things.
I don't put a lot of thought into blaming other generations for problems because also like I just don't have the time to do it. But I will say, boomers, why the fuck would you cover up such beautiful hardwood floors with carpet? It's like the only millennial issue I have. It's like we go through your house, like, why would you put carpet down in this house? The hardwood floors are
metal
beautiful.
finishes white.
I will say, like, no, the millennials are now are going to old homes and painting all the fucking real wood white or gray, and it's just like, I'm gonna fucking slit your throat.
Mm-hmm.
Stop fucking painting wood. Stain it a different color. Stop fucking painting wood.
Well, that's because painting's easier. So it's like, we'll just paint it. We'll paint it whatever.
Especially when it's fucking white, which is what they did at this house, and I'm like,
I saw somebody paint their cabinets on Pinterest, and it looked phenomenal. Let's just do that.
That's the same shit the boomers did, where they ruined all the fucking hardwood.
Yeah, true.
But probably putting shit over the hardwood is like, this shit is so hard to maintain. It hurts my feet. Let's put fucking carpet.
Yeah. Well, it's like everything. Gotta have carpet. Gotta have carpet.
Shag.
I hate fucking carpet.
My grandma had a carpeted kitchen.
Oh, we went through.
Slav just said carpeted bathrooms.
Yeah, I was gonna say
carpeted bathrooms too.
We're gonna say like we walked through some houses that have carpeted bathrooms, like when we were house shopping. I'm like, it's just mold underneath that.
Yeah, no, my mom had carpeted bathrooms when she first moved in, and that was like the first thing they fucking replaced.
Oh, like, yeah, we're not doing carpeted bathrooms. Like, ugh. Right.
Rough. Yeah.
Next one. She likes you. Go for it. Yeah, shoot your shot. I would definitely tell my younger self, like, dude, just shoot your shot.
That's why I said don't.
So did you shoot your shot too much?
No, it's just like, this is a bad idea. Don't do it. Save yourself the heartbreak and all the fucking shit. Just fucking don't. Fucking don't.
Charlie, you do have to remember that 90% of our audience is male, so...
I don't care.
I don't care.
It still works for them. Fucking don't. I'm sure a lot of them would be like, yeah, I wish I could have gone back and fucking walked away from that dumb bitch. That
I'm sure
shit on my heart.
I'm sure that's coming. I'm sure that one's coming. So, next one. Jake, this has to be you. Not to book the La Quinta off University in Austin, Texas.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing, Jake. How old are you? I think you were like 24.
I was 23.
23, right? I had to pick you up because you couldn't rent a car. Yeah, 23-year-old Bill would just book the cheapest hotel room closest to the studio. Or just live with it, or not live with it, like die with it, I guess. But
Isn't that what you did? Is get a place next to the studio though?
it wasn't
No, that
close to the studio, though.
The La Quinta next to the studio was actually nicer than the one I rented.
What?
The La Quinta next to the old Drinkin' Bros studio was actually nicer than the one I stayed at the first night in Austin.
Yeah,
So
the one.
Oh no, I meant Bill. Like Bill got a place that was.
No, I got an Airbnb at the townhouses behind the old studio on Old Wharf.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea what that neighborhood was like until Dan Holloway was like, "Wait, you're walking back there?" I was like, "Yeah, you're just like a block and a half." He's like, "I will drive you." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You can't walk through this neighborhood."
You're gonna get fucking robbed or raped. Like we can't have this.
Oh, trust me, like he dropped me off. That was the first night I was there. He dropped me off. I went in. The next morning, I wake up. Next late morning, I wake up to go to the studio, like walk to the studio. So it really was like a block and a half away. And on the back of the door in this townhouse was like this huge laminated thing, like taped to the back of the door. It's like, do not speak to anyone in the complex. Do not let them know what car is yours. Like, don't talk to them about anything. Essentially, it's like, don't talk to anybody in this complex about anything. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not in a great place.
I'm terrified now. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Like Omar, come with the king, best not miss. All right, next one. Invest in Bitcoin when it comes out. Thank yourself later. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Lots of Bitcoin.
Lots of Bitcoin. Buy stock in Amazon, Nvidia, and Tesla when it first goes public. So my one would be, so when I graduated high school, like from all my family, I got like probably like $2,000 in money.
Damn.
Yeah. When I yeah, it was fucking dope. My dad was like, should have listened to. Well, I did listen to him. He's like, Netflix. This was still when Netflix was only doing DVDs. Like,
Yeah.
When they did that mail you DVD thing.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was just like, Netflix is gonna be it. Like they're gonna change the game and how we watch stuff. So I bought it. And I think I can't remember what I bought it at. Let's just say, for hypotheticals, it was like $30 a share. So I bought like $1,500 in Netflix back then when I was like 18 years old. I held on to it. And then probably like 5 years later when they started getting big into the streaming thing. But they were still doing the mail out DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like huge news that they were going to split the company in two. And the mail out DVD was going to be a different company. And the streaming was going to be another. And I just saw like everybody else, like everything I was seeing was like panic, like Netflix stock is gonna tank. So I think I sold it all for like, I sold it for like twice what I paid for it. You know, like panic. But now it's like $650 a share. So I get it, but that's the stock market. I mean, I don't have any regrets about it. You know, but I would definitely tell my younger self, like, don't panic. Hold. Diamond hands. So, next one. convince your parents to move out of California as soon as possible. Back then, you're not convincing your parents to do shit, so. All right, next one. Don't be a bitch. If you get bullied, kick their ass. What are the nuns at school going to do? Give you detention? It's not the end of the world to get into a little bit of trouble.
Or you could just play the long game, and every person who bullied you in high school is now fat and has a bunch of kids.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean,
So what you do is like no physicalities. You hit them where it hurts most, and you tell them your parents fighting is because of you.
oh yeah. That was
You
me in
caused
high
your parents'
school.
divorce.
'Cause, I mean, you guys have
Your
both
parents
met.
hate you.
You guys have both met me in person, and anybody who's ever met me in person, I am not an imposing person. I'm tall, but I'm built like fucking Gumby, right? Like I'm lanky as shit, right? Like I'm not an imposing person. Granted, I do know how to handle myself if I need to, but like in high school, like I wasn't bullied on, but there was some people that. Well, one thing I will say in high school, and it was taught to me by my parents, is like, don't let bullies be bullies. Like, stand up to people. So, like, I remember several times in high school, and even in middle school, like, I didn't get bullied on a lot because I just wasn't, I guess, I don't know. Like, I wasn't a popular kid, but I guess I was just cool enough that people didn't pick on me, you know?
Goodbye.
I just like slid by. I was friends with like I was the kid who was just friends with people, right? Like I had a sense of humor and I was easygoing, so I was just friends with everybody. But if people were like being bullies to other people, like for me, and to this day, I guess this is ingrained to me. Like I cannot stand bullies at all. So like I would be like. The first fight I ever got into was over some kid, like just picking on, like, so when I was in 9th grade, we had these twins in our class that were supposed to be in 7th grade, but they were so smart, they got bumped up to 9th grade. And like this one dude who I was actually kind of friends with was just being a dick to them. And like one of them finally like built up the courage to tell him to like shut up or something. I can't remember what caused it, but I do remember like the kid bullying them was like man, shut the fuck up. I just turned around to him and I was like, dude, why don't you shut the fuck up? Like you're picking on kids that are fucking like 12. Like what are you doing? Like shut the fuck up. He was like, why do you make me? I was like, I don't have to make you. I just told you. Shut the fuck up. You look like a jackass.
Yeah.
And then he got like, but here's my problem, right? Is that, and this is, and I've talked to people about this. My issue is like, if somebody wants to get confrontational, like I don't get physical, I just get crazy. So he stood up and came over and started choking me. And I just stared him in the eyes while he's choking me. I'm telling you, I get like this is where I get crazy, right?
Do it,
That's
motherfucker.
what
Make
my thing.
mine.
Like, do it, choke me out,
Yeah.
See how that ends with? See how that? Yeah. Oh yeah. I immediately pulled my dick out, started jerking off. You know. No, but like, and it's happened. That's probably like between middle school and high school. Probably 3 times this happened where somebody like gets like I say like, and I never instigate it. I just tell people like, dude, you're being a dick. Shut the fuck up. Like you're being an asshole. Like shut the fuck up. You know, and they'll be like, come over and they start doing something to me, and I'm like, okay. Well, actually, twice was choking out. Both times I just stared the dude in the eyes and laughed. I was like, do it. Like, come on, choke me out.
Wait. You encouraged someone? Wait, I'm sorry. I got a text from someone regarding some bullshit, but you encourage someone to choke someone?
No, I encouraged like I told them both times I got choked out, or somebody started trying to choke me out. I literally told them like they were just being assholes, and I told them to shut the fuck up. Like, you're being an asshole. Shut the fuck up. And they came over and started choking me, and I didn't do shit. I just stared him in the eyes, like looked him square in the eyes, and just started laughing both times. I was like, do it. Fucking do it. See how this goes for you, man. The other time I was thinking of, I was actually in high school when I was at a house party, and again, like this is, I'm sure a therapist would say I'm fucking insane, but some kid, we're at like this rich kid's like boat, like lake house, and he comes out with like a revolver. And like,
Oh, no.
I found my dad's gun. And I was like, hey, dude, why do you put that away? Like, why are you even like bringing that out? Like, there's a party going on. And he's like, oh, are you scared? I was like, no, I'm not scared. You're just being a fucking jackass with a gun. Like, why would you do that? And he's like, oh, so I pointed at you? You're scared? And like, he literally like pointed this gun at my face. And again, I was just sitting on a couch and I stared at him and I was like, yeah, you're being a jackass. He's like, well, you're being pretty confident for doing with a gun to his face. I was like, then fucking shoot me. Figure, like, see how that works out for you, man. And he's like tried to be a big badass. I don't know. I get in these weird positions where I'm just like, do it. I'm like, what the fuck do I care? Maybe I have a death wish. I don't know. It's probably something I need to go see a therapist about, but you know.
Well, I mean, you know.
It's just like in the face of like violence, I just get like super cold and just like, okay, do it. Like, what the fuck do I care? Like, do it. My problems end, your problems just start. Fuck you. And I'm also not going to sit here and like grovel with you because you have a gun to my face. Fuck you. You know? Again, I have problems. I also hit a guy in the face with a chair one time because he was stealing a bunch of prepaid cell phones from a Radio Shack.
Like a folding chair or like a...
No. So this is probably my most...
I've been playing a lot of 2K25, like WWE, and I've just been like
between like me
banging on motherfuckers.
Between like me, my wife, and like my closest friends, it's probably like my most infamous thing I've ever done. Was me and my wife were still dating at the time, and some of my friends were all walking into like this hibachi restaurant. But right next door to this hibachi restaurant was a Radio Shack, back when those still existed. And we're walking in, and I just hear somebody say like, hey, stop that guy. And I see like this, I don't know, probably 20-year-old dude running out of Radio Shack with an armful of track phones. Jake, I don't even know what track phones are.
Yeah, no, I had one in high school because I had to start paying my own.
Like prepaid cell phones?
Yes, I got Virgin Mobile.
And it was like this old, like this guy was probably like in his 60s, like Radio Shack employee. Like, stop that guy. My immediate thought was like, I don't want to get involved in this. This guy's just stealing a bunch of prepaid cell phones. But I looked at the dude with all the cell phones, like, we kind of locked eyes. And he got this like shit-eating grin on his face. And something inside me clicked, and I was like, fuck this guy. And the door to the hibachi restaurant, like my friend was holding it open, and they had a bunch of chairs there, like for people waiting to be seated. And I just grabbed one from inside the door and grabbed it, came around and swung it, and just smashed the dude right in the face with it. I like busted out I busted out like 3 of his teeth. Like he was on the grill, like, what the fuck? So then like the cops came and I had to like give a statement. I didn't get charged with anything. And I told the truth. I was like, this guy was like running out with a bunch of stolen cell phones and I hit him with a chair. You know, so that's like within like my really close friend group back in North Carolina. They're always like, hit anybody with a chair lately? And I was like, no, but I always keep a chair handy, you know, just in case. Walk around with my concealed carry to have a chair underneath my jacket, you know. But yeah, I've got a very, very weird switch, and you know, like I don't want to shoot anybody by any means, but like I just got weird ass switch.
Feels like I got a weird switch in me. It's on my Glock.
Yeah, I got Dame. I'm like Stu. I'm literally like Stu from fucking Hangover. I got demon in me. Yeah. All right, next one. Hang with your younger sister and her friends more when she invites you to. She has a lot of hot, successful friends.
Charlie's like, "Oh, sweet," and then she's like, "Oh."
Oh.
I was thinking like when they were like younger.
Oh, guy trying to look out for his little sister. Like, oh no, her friends are just hot now. So
Her friends are hot and rich.
hot and rich. When you meet, Charlie's gonna like this one. When you meet Matt Best, give him shit for his veneers.
Have you seen the Photoshop I made of him?
No.
Oh, it's fucking glorious.
If you know me well, that's you know how I feel about that.
Every time he uploads a new selfie on Instagram, I always edit his fucking teeth bigger in it.
Oh,
I haven't seen him on social media in a long time.
well, when you do those
He
fucking
posted back in December, and I did it, and it was fucking glorious. Wait, no, it wasn't December. It was back in January. I remember because
I thought it was like when they did the Drinking Bros Christmas party.
was
he
he?
on that? I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did it for that.
Okay.
He was there. Noel was there too, so it was like, that was fucking fun.
Yeah, that must have been dope. No, I don't. And I'm sure people that have listened to the show long enough, like, I don't really have a problem with Matt, other than, I mean, I think he left the show because even like near the end before he left, like, he was trying to maintain this kind of like crass, semi-offensive personality, and it wasn't him anymore, kind of thing, you know? That's my only knock.
Yeah, you
on
can start
him.
to feel when it was forced.
Yeah, like he was forced, like, oh, I have to be Drinking Bros, Matt Best, kind of thing, you know? But you could also tell, like, his heart wasn't in it. Now,
That's his fault for doing that. Like, just
well,
leave your
no,
fucking self
I'm not.
alone.
I'm not justifying anything. I'm just saying that's when I was kind of like, he's changing and he's moving on with his life. Now, JT, I can go on and on and on about him. Fuck him. I think he's a man-child that refuses to grow up. But next one.
Have you met another man, Bill? Ever?
I have.
He's never met a straight man, Charlie.
There's something about JT that just like, I just cannot stand him. I can't stand his voice. I can't stand anything that comes out of his mouth. Just like, I don't know. Charlie, I've gone into depth.
I know, but you saying that, I'm like,
I have no sour opinions. He let me use his band's music in my short, so I love the guy.
I'll never said this, but this one's pretty good. Join the Drinking Bros community 2 years sooner so you can warn Bill that he will lose his thumb sometime in the future.
that's it. He's still
No,
alive.
because then he's just going to be paranoid
I
about it.
appreciate it, but you cannot change the future.
I feel like it's one of those things, if someone were to go back and warn you,
No.
it would like butterfly effect, and you'd end up losing, instead of just like the tip of it, your whole thumb.
Yeah, instead of losing the tip, I would have lost my whole hand. You know? You can't change the future, but I appreciate the sentiment. Whoever sent that in, I appreciate the sentiment, man. Condoms suck, but child support sucks more.
Yes.
Comment?
Do you really have to go back and tell yourself this though? I feel like you already knew this and you were like, vagina. Like, this is your fault.
I'm about to get
You knew this already. You knew this already.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I would say what the actual point of that is when a girl says, like, oh, you don't need a condom? I'd be like, If she says you don't need a condom, you need a condom.
Dude,
Yeah,
anyway.
no. If she like grabs you and puts her in
God
yourself,
forbid.
and
God
she's like,
forbid.
"It's okay, I have the implant," and you're just like, "Okay."
Yeah.
It's when you
Then
shove it in and you try to feel those strings.
Well, no, she said she had the arm implant.
It's when you fucking feel for it then.
Feel for
Like,
it.
where is it
Feel
at?
it.
I don't know what the fuck it feels like.
It feels like a fucking device in your fucking arm.
It feels like
Oh, yeah, that feels like something's fucking
Yeah.
there. Okay, cool. Fucking check this shit.
It feels like an aspirin pill underneath your elbow. Apply yourself in school. I don't know.
No, I
I
like my
didn't,
little dirtbag degenerate life.
I didn't apply myself all that much, and
It depends, like high school, college, if you're going like for something for real, like yes.
Oh yeah, no, I was fucking Dean's List 4.0 in college, but high school I probably didn't even crack a 1.0.
I think I had a.
I mean, depending on if you want to get like to an Ivy League sort of thing, but
Well, I mean, that just depends on all like what do you want your life to be, right? I've told this story plenty of times on the show. It's like I'm not trying to like build myself up, but like when I was like by the time I got to be like a sophomore in high school, I kind of already knew what I wanted to do, and I just knew all the rest of it was just bullshit, right? So I was like, okay, like. And also I knew, like, I could tell, like, I'm very good at reading people. Like, a lot of, like, my math teachers didn't care. It wasn't that I wasn't good at math. I'm very good at math, despite the fact that I hate math. But I was just like, well, you don't care, so why the fuck should I care? You know?
all my math teachers were fucking coaches, primarily.
Oh,
so like
my math
that
teacher-
sucked.
That's like an average high school experience. Holy shit, that was everybody?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think this is kind of us. I don't know. Maybe not.
They're either like health teachers or fucking math teachers.
And I just had, like, I remember having a conversation. Till this day, I remember the conversation. My junior year of high school, we had like advisors at our high school, and they're like, "Well, you need to like do better." I was like, "Why?" They're like, "Well, you're not going to get into a 4-year school." I was like, "What makes you think I want to go to a 4-year school?" At the time, like, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I was like, "Why? Like, why are you pushing this whole 4-year school thing to where like, sorry, if somebody like." Doesn't get a 4-year degree, which now takes 5 years and costs at least $60,000, their life's going to be like a fucking wreck.
I mean, my high school didn't even have electives that weren't like driven towards a college
Yeah.
like thing. Like most of them were like business classes or fucking
No,
journalism.
it would have been my senior year, because when he was telling me this, I was already my senior year. I could take classes at the community college, classes at the community college for free because I was in high school. And I was like, why are you so worried about me going to a 4-year school when I'm already like going and getting a college education? Like, are you
Because
kickback?
because you have to be in debt. You need
Yeah,
to be in
pretty
debt.
much. Like, I
You
don't
need
know.
to be in debt, Bill. It's about being in debt. You have to be in debt.
I did a whole episode on Neuronation years ago about the scam that is people having to go get college degrees. I'm not knocking
I got
I'm not knocking
my
on college
education for
degrees.
free.
I'm not knocking on college degrees. There's certain things that you definitely need to go get a college degree for, but they press people, everyone, like all these kids, you have to get a college, even if it's in like social arts. Go get a college degree. It's like, why? So I could be $100,000 in debt to go work a $30,000 a year social service job? Like, why? Like, it's
I mean,
dumb.
my little cousin's taking welding, and they're making him do
Oh,
like,
dude.
social
Trades?
studies and fucking gender studies stuff and all that.
Well, in high school. I
Okay,
understand-
Charlie. Okay.
Huh? What? I'm sorry.
All
I
right,
missed
we'll
something.
We'll move on. Always think really hard before putting your dick in any place it doesn't belong.
Not for pee-pee, hurt pee-pee.
Yeah.
Bill's thumb is a good example of things that hurt pee-pee.
Mm-hmm. Well, my dick wasn't hurting that.
Yeah, it could have. You not thought about it.
Yeah, maybe if I was doing drywall naked.
your dick in it.
Put my dick in. It's like, let me hold this T-square down with my dick.
Is that not what you were doing when you cut your thumb off?
I probably was thinking with my dick. I was probably like horny as shit and not paying attention. But I would. Actually, I can't say I would never like try to hold the T-square down with my dick because that thought had crossed my mind. I probably would have done it and be like, hey, babe, come look at this. Come look at this.
Hey, fucking Tommy Lee. I'm jamming the boat with my dick.
Cut drywall with my dick. Fair enough, Charlie. I probably would have done that. All right, next one. Save your money and stop spending it on drugs. Also, don't try and sell drugs, but get high on the drugs you're supposed to be selling. Last, but not least, don't trust the grown-up who asks a 13-year-old if he wants to sell drugs and make money. That's very specific. Whoever sent this, I now have a pretty good look of what your teenage life was like. But yes, that is very good knowledge to pass on to your 13-year-old self. Don't get on drugs, don't sell drugs, don't trust people asking you to sell drugs.
I mean, I did acid at 12, and that's something I probably wouldn't undo.
I never, I will say, I've said this on the show before, I'm not a very experienced drug user, so I don't know. You know, I've only smoked weed. I've never, I've done, some prescription pills here and there and didn't like it very much, but I've never done any hard drugs. So, I don't know what it's like. I was always late to the party. The one night I was supposed to, do acid with my friends, I got, stuck at my job and got there, 2 hours late. And, one of my buddies was on acid, took the acid, and he was literally at the very top of probably, 150-foot pine tree, swinging around the very top of it. And I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't do acid. But also, like I said, with the big thing where I came from growing up, it was at the very height of the opioid thing. And I had a chest reconstruction surgery and they gave me Oxycontin when I was 14 years old. And every time I took it, it just made me puke my guts out.
Ooh. That always feels great when you have a fucking wound in your chest.
When all your ribs are broken? Yeah, it's fucking awesome. But it was also a fucking godsend because I'm not doing this shit anymore. Lo and behold, you fast forward a couple of years and I've got a ton of friends that are snorting Oxycontins off tables and dying. And, I've probably had... I've had probably 6 or 7 really close friends either die or completely ruin their lives because they're hooked on fucking opioids. And I'm not passing judgment on people that are into them, but I just that experience early for me probably saved me from just being the same way, right? I just knew, all my friends are doing it, but no, dude, it's just makes all I want to do is keep my guts out when I do it. I'm not going to do some pills with you. I don't want to do it. So, rough life. But, next one. Always double check that your door is locked before you start going nasty on yourself.
Yeah.
Charlie, you ever been walked in on?
No.
No? One of the smart ones.
Walked in on doing what?
It said, always double check the door is locked
Fucking yourself, my man.
before going nasty on yourself. So I'm guessing just going to town on that dick.
I mean, my bedroom when I was in high school was a loft that was at the top of the stairs of the second floor of my parents' house. So I didn't have a door. So I got caught doing everything.
So the point of the
Got
story,
caught having sex, got caught masturbating.
the point of Jake's story is Jake knows how to come really quiet now.
It's actually a problem.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like you probably get some lady in your house.
And I'm just completely
You finally like bust it. And you're kind of like,
No, it's like
like you've learned to mask it as a sneeze.
why do you guys think I sneeze so much during the podcast?
Yeah. Like, I'm about to come. I'm never gonna, now that you've said that, I'm never gonna look at you and say again when you have one of your sneezing fits.
I will put both hands up.
Like you just came so
Hands.
hard. You just came
Hands,
so hard
hands.
underneath your desk. Next one. Cut off your Bluetooth before you start watching Pornhub on your phone.
Yeah.
Connect your Bluetooth before watching porn. Establish dominance.
I've actually been at somebody's house when that has happened. They're like, oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. And the next thing you know, the music cuts off, and it's just like,
Boom.
help me, step. Yeah, it's the drums. It's the Pornhub drums. Like, wait a minute. It was like, stepbrother, I'm stuck in the washing machine. And then it just cuts off real quick. I'm like, uh-huh.
You just hear, you still doing laundry, stepsister?
Mm-hmm. Next one. Don't let some skank come between you and your friends. In parentheses, unless she is coming between you and your friends. Charlie has thoughts. Let's hear the thoughts, Charlie.
You're gross.
You're the female voice on the show, so
You're the voice of reason in this
That is
cesspool
true.
of toxic fucking testosterone.
Ew. Just ew. That's all I feel right now. It's just like gross.
You guys violated Charlie with that fucking
I
answer.
know.
How do you feel?
you just
I don't like it.
you just verbally put Charlie into the Eiffel Tower with that one.
I don't go that far with it. But you want to see your friend's wiener? Is that what you're saying? You're gay.
Gay.
Gay. All I can say is he's gay.
Gay.
You just want to recreate that scene in White Lotus where you reach over for your fucking bro, huh?
Hey, spoilers. Come on.
I've
Man.
never watched White Lotus, so I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
We can go off on a tangent because I can tell you that this whole season was a complete waste of my fucking time. So
Oh, it's bullshit.
I did binge watch The Righteous Gemstones, and
I am so happy.
yeah, Uncle Baby Billy. Come on now.
I like it.
How much do you love Uncle Baby Billy?
And he's the fucking best. Like, I've seen clips and stuff, and I'm like, what the fuck? But like, I was just waiting for him to show up, and I'm like, yeah, he's a fucking shithead, but like, he's the
Come on now.
best.
Come on now, you love Uncle Baby Billy.
He's
Like,
the shithead uncle. That's what
That's
he
gonna
is.
be-
Yeah, like he's like the worst person, but honestly, like as an uncle, he's not that bad. Person, awful, uncle. Like he's
That's
kind of
gonna be-
there.
I already told
Every
him.
now and then,
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
I'm fucking here for my family. And you're like, ah.
Before
my
that
kids.
show ever came out, I told my wife, once I go 50% gray, I'm going full gray. I'll just dye it like full white. And then I
Right.
saw Uncle Baby Billy. I was like, oh my God. Am I going to become the real life Uncle Baby Billy? Because I could totally see me with like some 25-year-old skank-ass trailer park girlfriend at 65. And be like, who wants to suck an old man's dick? Come on. You know you love Uncle Baby
I do
Billy.
love how he loves his wife though.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he's not nasty with any other like he's not trying to cheat or nothing. He's like, you're the most beautiful woman I know. And it's just like,
That's not how he says it, Charlie. Say it in the Uncle Baby
You're the
Billy
most
voice.
beautiful woman I know.
I'm not gonna. I can't fuck. No.
Come on now. You know you're the most beautiful woman I know. I never cheat on you. I'm gonna pull off Uncle Baby Billy real well in about 20 years. Like that
I'll be great
character
before
was
that,
written like somebody that knows, some nooner that knows me time traveled forward and wrote that character as me. I'm gonna be out there.
Plot twist.
I'm
It's
gonna
me.
be out there fucking water skiing with my dick hanging out.
I'm the one that time traveled. Plot twist.
Plot twist. All right. Next one. That girl that's a little too nerdy for you gets hot as fuck in a couple of years. Always see people's potential.
I agree. I've
Been
been
there.
a victim of that.
Been there.
She got so hot in high school, but she's not hot anymore. So I mean, the
No,
long
it
game,
was
like
like-
won.
Been there. There was like some girls in high school that I was kind of like, well, you're cute and we're friends. But like, you're not really on my speed. And now, like, they're on my speed. Well, not now. I don't know what they're doing now. But like a couple years after high school. Because you got to remember, I'm 37. So to me, high school, I graduated like 3 years ago. So. Don't work so hard on being popular. 10 seconds after you graduate, no one will give a shit. Fair?
Yeah.
Fair. All the popular people that I remember like being like the popular kids in high school, like their lives all suck now.
Yeah, no, I was one of the cool emo kids, and now look at my fucking life.
Emo kids weren't cool when I was in high school.
Emo kids were like the fucking cool.
When I was in high school, it was like the mullet tuck, double pop collar, puka shell. Next one. Don't shrug off your friends or family's issues. You might wake up one day and find out it's too late to help them. That's a dark one, but it's very, very true.
I'd add to that one too. If you fight with someone over meaningless bullshit and you're really close with them, make sure you fix it within 2 years.
Fair. Like I said, that's dark, and that one does kind of hit home with me. I've shrugged off a lot of my friends over their bullshit, and I woke up one day to a text message, but well, guess I don't get to fix that one anymore. You know? You experienced that, Charlie?
Not really. Like, I have lost friends, but it's not been like that.
Mm. All right. Don't believe everything you hear. Marilyn Manson did not, in caps, did not remove his ribs to suck his own dick. It was all a lie.
Oh, thanks for telling us that.
But I remember when that came out, you're like, I was probably like, ah, fuck, I don't even know. I don't even know I was a teenager when that came out. I was probably like 5th grade. It's like, do you know Marilyn Manson? Like,
That's the
removed his own
weirdest thing.
ribs?
That's about the age I heard it.
My sisters were older than me. They tell me about this, and then when I hit that same age, like 5th, 6th grade, I heard it from people, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It must be like a weird, like, rumor that just turned into like some odd, like, coming of age thing about like mouths on penises story. I don't know.
We're just figuring out that people put penises in their mouths.
Well, at that point, I like was getting into Manson and music like that, and I was like, this guy's a fucking rock star. He never has to suck his own dick ever.
Yeah.
So that's how I know this is wrong.
Even
Because
5th
he really
grade,
never
even
had to do
5th
that.
grade Charlie, he was like, that guy doesn't suck his own dick. What do you mean?
Well, okay, so I watched a lot of VH1's like 100 most shocking moments in heavy metal and shit like that. So it's like I learned quickly of like, oh hey, these guys fuck, and there's like a lot of like stories about groupies and all this
Uh-huh.
shit. And so it's just like, yeah.
I would say probably the first Marilyn Manson song I was introduced to was when he did the cover of Sweet Dreams for the House on Haunted Hill remake.
Was that what it was for?
Yeah, it was for
I
the
always
house.
heard this song.
Yeah, it was for.
I thought he just covered it to cover it.
No, he
That's
covered
what I
it
thought
for the
too.
House on Haunted Hill.
And then he did the one.
Tainted
With-
Love.
Yes,
Which
that's
I
the
will
one.
say, dude, his version of Tainted Love still fucking beats.
Both of those covers were
I
fantastic.
mean, the Sweet Dreams is good. It's a little like slow and macabre for my taste, dude. But
Tainted House on the Hill.
Tainted Love, like trust me, baby, when the bass comes in.
Especially with how heavy
But
the
he did
industrial
that.
sound on it was.
He did that cover for Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes, because I remember watching like the making of the.
I can't hear that song without thinking of the music video, which was everybody from Not Another Teen Movie.
I was gonna say I was because it was a part of the DVD of Not Another Teen Movie of the behind the scenes of the making of the.
Yeah, they made the music video while they were making the movie.
Yeah,
It was like,
so that's why they had everyone
they
there.
signed a deal that he would do it for the movie, but they had to shoot the music. Like everybody in the movie had to shoot the music video.
Yes.
They probably shot it at the same time.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I
it-
don't
They
know.
probably
I
made
know.
the shoot schedule.
I don't know a lot of other Marilyn Manson songs, but it's like the Beautiful People.
Beautiful people. Dope show.
Don't know that one.
He covered
favorite-
Johnny Cash a few years ago.
Did he?
He
Yeah,
covered Gods That Cut You Down.
he did Depeche Mode.
Revelation number 12 is really good. It's one of his newer songs.
I'm not knocking on him at all. It's just not my style of music, so I don't pay attention to it.
Tattooed in Reverse is really good too.
I forgot the one that was like babble babble bitch bitch rebel rebel party party sex 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 and don't forget the violence. That one I saw the music video for like early in the morning, and I was just like tuned in, like, oh, I like it.
You're just like half asleep, and then all of a sudden your eyes just lock. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Right.
Well, not necessarily half asleep. Like I was.
That's just how
my
I'm picturing
sister
it.
was-
Picturing like
Anyway,
Next one.
but yeah, I was awake and I was just watching like when MTV or whatever would still play music videos in the morning, or it might have been Fuse. I can't remember.
Oh, you
but
mean back when MTV actually played music videos? Yeah. Well,
it was early in the morning where they just would play music.
back when MTV was actually.
I remember we're talking about. I remember when the Tainted Love music video made it onto TRL.
Oh, really?
Which I would come home from school every day and turn on MTV to watch TRL with Carson Daly.
The only thing I remember from TRL was American Idiot by Green Day, and they had like the top song for fucking weeks upon weeks upon
Which
weeks.
you know what's sad looking back on it? That song sucks.
American Idiot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I fucking hate
I
Green
was
Day.
like 13, 14. I bought the album.
I like
liked
Green
it.
Day, but like
Holiday.
American
Like,
Idiot was
when
like right
September
before they
ends.
decided to like go full emo and do
They wanted to be My Chemical Romance so bad.
yeah. They realized they like had aged out of punk and now they gotta go emo and did like Wake Me Up When September.
21 Guns is so fucking emo too.
No, I do like the music.
Dude, that was my ringtone in 09.
Now I do like those Green Day songs, but I definitely like early Green Day better. Like Dookie and all that. Like
Yeah, early Green Day is good, but anything after like 98 fucking sucks.
I will
know.
say, Wake Me Up When September Ends is literally about his dad dying in September.
No,
so
I'm
it's
not saying,
like,
I'm not saying I don't like. I'm not saying I don't like those songs. I do like When September Ends. I do like. What's the other one you said, Jake? I forgot. I apologize.
21 Guns?
21 Guns. They've got the beat. It's catchy, but it's not like the same.
Well, they had to go poppy because they needed to
American
be played on the
Idiot
radio.
sucked. I hated that song, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be American Idiot.
Well, then they had like the whole saga with like their music videos.
yeah.
The Suburban Jesus or something like that.
Well, it was TRL.
Oh, Jesus of Suburbia?
It was,
Yeah.
it was TRL times where your song counted, like, it wasn't about the song, it was about the video, right?
Didn't you get an Emmy back in that day for a music video?
Maybe.
I don't know.
All right,
I have
next
no
one.
idea.
We gotta get through these.
Yeah, no, I gotta make a phone call here in a little bit.
So, stay away from the chicks that live near the base.
I was never in the military, but that still applies to here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never in the military,
Not
but
anywhere.
I've heard from a lot of people that are in the military, it's like, don't fucking get involved with people that live near the military base.
No locals.
Keep those Pokemon cards, but the Beanie Babies can go.
Aww.
I had Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, and I regret losing them.
Pokemon still goes for some fucking money.
Well, Magic the Gathering is where the real value is in fucking cards.
Well, who was it? I forgot what Drinking Bros episode it was, but they had new Ryan, who I was like, who's this new guy on Drinking Bros? Come to find out, I actually know who. I've never met him in person, but I've talked to him online because there's a bunch of he's on, like, he got introduced to Drinking Bros through Lastro Lopez. So Ryan does a bunch of, and no one, I guarantee you, no one will give a shit about this except for me. He does a lot of really, really fucking awesome, like, paintball media, which is the world I grew up in. So, like, Lastro is in the paintball world, so, like, he got Ryan into the studio. He does a bunch of that stuff through paintball. Ryan got his job because of that. He's very good at what he does. So, but he was talking about, like, the card business, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, is this still going on? Like, yeah, apparently, like, cards are, like, spiking now again.
Hold on, watch this.
If you pull your dick out, I swear to God. Not that we can see it on camera, anyways, but. What is that? Oh, Michael Jordan. Whoa! Jake, that card has a bigger dick than you do.
That's why I had to flex it.
Yeah. But, oh, we were talking about, Ryan came on talking about card shit. And I brought up, you're talking about Magic the Gathering. Post Malone bought, like, the One Ring. They only made one of them and it's a Lord of the Rings thing, the One Ring, but they put it in Magic the Gathering. Some dude in, like, Toronto got it, like some just random guy, and Post Malone bought it from him for, like, $2.6 million or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's a one of one card.
Yeah. Like, there's one on the planet. They printed one.
Those one of ones get crazy, especially with like athletic ones.
Which, I mean,
because
I
they put, like,
can
pieces of uniform and shit.
understand why it's so valuable. But, like, also, like, it's Magic the Gathering, who cares? But I'm not in that world. But Post Malone is, right? Like, there's people that buy one of one things and everywhere, right? Like, if I had an opportunity, if I had all the money in the world, and I had an opportunity to buy a one of one about something I care about, yeah, I'd probably pay a shit ton of money for it, right? Because I care about it. So the card game, like, I get it. I don't understand the Pokemon value thing personally, but
It's nostalgia value.
I understand why people pay the amount of money they do for things, right? Like, it's, for one, it's capitalism. Like, you want it, you buy it. For whatever you're willing to pay for it, you buy it, right? Like, so. I mean, can you imagine? I'm trying to think of something that I could equate it to now. could you imagine if there was like a 1 of 1 Wayne Gretzky card? Because we've all heard that name. We all know, even if you're not into hockey, I've gotten into hockey lately because my kid's in it, but everybody knows like Wayne Gretzky's name. If there was literally 1 card of Wayne Gretzky printed, how valuable that would be? It'd be insane. To somebody, maybe not to you, maybe not to anybody listening, there's somebody out there that would want that bad enough to pay $1 million for it. Like, Charlie, if you...
I want to die right now is what I want.
Yeah, no, I gotta make a phone call here.
Okay.
So,
All right, we can cut it off. We're good. But I do want to ask, Charlie, if money wasn't an object, what is something, and I know you're going to say, like, I don't give a shit, but I really want you to think about this.
Mick
What
Foley's
is something you would pay $1 million for? It doesn't have to have any value outside of what you want it for.
I was being materialistic.
Like, if you were just like, I want that so bad. Like you personally just want it so bad up in your room, in your trophy room, that you would pay $1 million for. If money, like let's say you had $100 million in your bank account, right? Like, what is something that Charlie, again, we're not talking about external value. What is something that you would pay $1 million for? Just to have it and be like, yep, I've got that.
It would probably be the Mustang Shelby from
Bullet?
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh,
Eleanor.
the Eleanor? Yeah.
Or one of the Dukes of Hazzard's car. I love a sweet ass Dodge Charger.
Well, you would have to pay $1 million for that because I think there's only like 2 of them left, and Kid Rock owns one of them.
Yeah.
What's insane about that? You know why those cars are so expensive? It's because in the Dukes of Hazzard, they destroyed. Because when Dukes of Hazzard was being made, those cars weren't expensive.
For them as a bitch because they ruined so many of them.
Like, those cars were not expensive when they were making Dukes of Hazzard. But Dukes of Hazzard made the cars so popular, and then they destroyed so many of them during Dukes of Hazzard that they became rare.
Yeah. So,
Not
I remember
being orange paint or anything. Like, it's.
I remember being a small child or young kid, like just barely watching Dukes of Hazzard, like 13, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that car!" My dad was like, "Good luck ever finding parts for something like that," because he knew.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
So
Jake,
it's always been in movies when I was younger. It wasn't like mid. It was like, oh, that car is sexy, which is why it's Eleanor. Because I was even younger watching that, and I was like,
it was a dope show. I would definitely, I'm gonna agree with you. The Eleanor car from Gone in 60 Seconds.
the sweet.
Funny enough, Charlie and Jake, I'm gonna ask you the same question. So think on it.
I will. I'm gonna intercede. The white Firebird from Dazed and Confused. That was actually a limited edition white Firebird with the blue Phoenix on it.
Is that the dude who's like, oh, I came here to kick ass and drink beer? We're about all out of beer. Oh yeah, that's a dope car. But Jake, think about this. Charlie, the Gone in 60 Seconds car. You know the Nicolas Cage one. It's a remake of a 60s movie. They made Gone in 60 Seconds in the 60s.
Oh,
and
really?
It was a Mach 1 Mustang, and it was gold. One of the 2 people that I call probably my closest friends his dad has a insane car collection, and he has one of the 3 gold Mach 1 Mustangs from the original Gone in 60 Seconds movie in his
Wow.
garage. And there's like holes drilled all through it from where they had to mount cameras and
The
stuff.
cameras.
He also has, I'm a car person, so I would get this. I don't know if you guys would. He has I'm trying to remember the first year Ford made the Thunderbird. Like, have you guys ever seen American Graffiti?
No.
But
I've
it's the
heard of
first
it.
year they made the Thunderbird, and it's the year after Chevy came out with the Corvette. So I want to say it was like 54 or 55.
I just know the Beach Boys song.
So he has one of those that my friend's dad has it, but his grandfather bought it brand new. And it's in this like weird, to this day, it's still in this like weird like bubble. Like they have like this weird like zip up bubble thing that blows air through it. Because like a 1954, 1955 white Thunderbird, red interior with and people listening, that's what I'm telling you, with the porthole removable hardtop, and it has 4 miles on it.
Damn.
And it's like hydrogenically sealed in this like weird ass fucking thing. And his dad has it. One day, this was 15 years ago, 20 years ago maybe. I asked him, I was like, "Oh man, like how much that thing's worth?" He's like, "I don't know what it's worth, but I have it insured for about $250,000."
That's wild.
Cars go nuts, so I get it. Jake,
We had
what would you spend $1 million on just to have like in your room?
I don't know if it's probably more than $1 million.
No, but like it doesn't matter what you think it's worth. What would you spend if you had? Again, I'll give you.
Oh
the
yeah,
same
I already
with
know.
Charlie.
Easy. One of the Raptor animatronics from fucking the first Jurassic Park.
That'd be dope. That's a good answer.
That or like the bow set piece from the Titanic movie.
I think that's probably more than $1
Just
million.
do the King of the World over and over on it.
Yeah, to get drunk as
Oh,
fuck.
I mean that's dope.
I'd set it up like if I had a house, I'd set it up in my front yard and just yell at my neighbors from it.
No, dude, you gotta build it and to be like into a room behind your house, and like when you bring a girl over, like you ever seen Titanic? You want to go King of the World, and you go King of the World.
I would more just be a menace with it and just stand on it and yell at people.
Oh, I'd jerk off in the front of that thing for sure. King of the World. Let's go. Charlie, you're shaking your head. You know by now, we have simple minds. Men have simple
So
minds.
you have to be in the country doing that and go get a fucking charges pressed on you real quick.
I'm trying to think of what I would spend $1 million on. Just to have. Tiger Woods putter from the last time he won the Masters.
I was gonna say the one that his wife beat him with. When
No,
she found him.
not that one. Because
I would want that one with the dents and everything.
I would also
You motherfucker!
And maybe for $1 million I can get both. But that 2019 Masters, when he came back and won it at an old ass age for being what he was.
So I'm not gonna lie, the first thing I thought about, and I didn't say it was like, because I keep seeing this meme. It was like, how much is the Kurt Cobain shotgun?
Would.
Oh,
This
I would
is
spend
the
$1 million.
one.
I would spend $1 million on that one.
I mean, I'm 27. It would just fit too perfectly.
Jake,
Right?
you got too much going for you, bro.
Yeah, you got to keep the legend going. It's about the legend. It's not about you.
Jake, you're not. I love you, but you're not worth the legend. Don't do it, man. Be here with us, please. Even though I will say, Jake, I want to shave Jake back. I like shave Jake.
Shave Jake takes too much effort.
Dude, just mustache it up just for a bit.
Ooh,
I thought about it. I really thought about it.
Have we seen an only mustache, Jake? I don't think I have. Let's go
Mustache
only
and that little
mustache,
soul
Jake.
patch.
Ooh, oh, with the soul patch?
Cause he's got it going on right there.
That might actually work well. I know the soul patch is a bit out
Dude,
of
you've
style,
got to
but-
do for Val Kilmer.
Oh,
You've
for
got to
Val.
do the fucking Doc
For
Holiday.
Val.
Right now. Go get that trimmer. Shave it off right now.
I don't have trimmers right now, but
Nyah. For Val.
I have scissors. And
Jake, tonight, if I Amazon you some beard clippers, will you go Val, Jake?
I'll do it next week for a show.
Well, that means you do it.
Well, yeah, but like I'm not gonna. I might not wear it permanently, but I'll do it for a show.
Well,
Yeah, it's
fine.
not
You
permanent,
didn't go
but, like,
shave
yeah.
Jake permanently. I'm gonna go on Amazon once we get off of here, and I'm gonna send you like a good clipper set. No, what? Also, I will tell you this as a guy, I found this out probably 15 years ago. The Mach 3 razor, like when I used to go be like I was shaving my whole face, like all those expensive razors suck.
For me
Yeah.
personally, I if I do bare skin and I'm gonna keep bare skin for a while, I'll get a Harry's razor.
No, dude. I will order it for you right now. I will tell you, it's the best thing for your skin, and you'll never have a better shave. The old school safety razor, the single blade safety razor.
Yeah.
Since then, like whenever I shave, even when I was doing clean shave, which has been years ago, but that's when I got started on it because all the expensive ass like multi-blade razors would make me break out. And I just got
Yeah,
a
I was
single
doing the
blade,
like
an old school single blade safety razor. Never a problem, better shave. I'm gonna send you some right now. And the next episode, I want to see I want the mustache and the soul patch.
I don't know if the mustache has the length for that right now.
Yeah, you do, dude.
It's-
Your mustache.
Stop fucking making excuses. It's
Your
perfect.
mustache is glorious.
All
You
you
put some
need
wax
is a
in
little
it.
fucking
I'll
curling shit.
I'll send some wax with it so you can wax up that mustache. Dude, you have a great mustache.
You should have saw my dad.
There, as you fucking
Yeah, you
are
pull
tweaking
it. Up. Well,
it.
you already did it. It's already tweaked
It's
up
like,
on
yes,
the sides.
it's there. Shit wasn't that fucking big.
All right, we're starting to glitch out. So, anyways, fun episode. We went for a long time. My wife's pissed right now. So, for Charlie, for Jake, I'm Bill. This has been the Neuter Nation. Love everyone. Thank you. Good night.